The little talk we're going to have now is possibly the most important part of this whole course. I must say I've seen many artists who have painted most of their life and they've failed because they haven't taken the time to study tones. That is the worst point I've seen. Perspective is another problem some people have, and arrangement, but the main thing is tones. But tones and perspective have a lot to do with arrangement. So we'll talk about arrangement first, then we'll talk about perspective, and then we'll talk about tones. And I've never used this before, but look, oh dear, that's amazing, and it's supposed to rub out. Well, it does. Yes, it's okay. Maybe it works better with water. Arrangement. Here's your painting. Okay. Now, if I do that, the first thing a person does, they look in that direction. So if you have anything pointing out of your painting, it's going to attract the viewer's eye off the picture. So the first thing is lean things into the painting. Okay, we'll take that out of there. Everything leans in. A tree leans in, this tree leans in. And of course, your branches lean in. If you do have a branch that goes out of the painting, and you see how it attracts your eye out of the painting, well then you can correct it by bringing it in. Bring it in. Or have something here that stops you from looking off the edge of the painting. So you're thinking about this all the time you're working, but if you make a mistake, you correct it by putting that something there that stops the eye travelling off the painting. Okay, so we've got this leaning in, this leaning in, this leaning in. We have a house here, and the house, there's the front door. The house is looking into the painting. You don't have the house looking out of the painting. You have a road. A road goes into the painting. Not going out of the painting in that direction. That's no good. The eye travels up the road and it's off the painting immediately. So everything goes into the painting. Now there's a few little tricks in here. You bring your fences into the painting. Into the painting. Everything into the painting. Now if your eye comes onto a painting, the normal thing a person does, they look in this area here and their eye travels around the painting like that, and then it looks for something in the middle. So if you happen to be coming up here and there's nothing there, put a bird there. And then their eye pops onto the bird, then to the next tree or down onto the roof of the house. So you carry it around like this. And not only do you have your objects around like that, you have the light on the inside of everything. If you have a big tree here and the light's on the outside, the people will look at the outside of that tree. So you want the light on the inside of everything, on the inside, everything on the inside. That's just one trick. Let's see if this works. Oh, look at that, that's amazing, look at that. Okay, now, everything's facing into the picture. Right, we've got that. Another trick is, you have the corners dark. Whatever's in the corners dark. Of course your grass is facing in, your grass is facing in. And this area here, you have something that's bright. Now it's easy to see that this works, because if you look at any old master and you dull your screen or you squint your eyes, you'll see a glow coming out of the middle. That is the trick. Everything is dark, everything is facing in, all the people are facing in, the main object is in the middle, and there's a light in the middle that is brighter than anything else on the painting. Most important. It's a simple thing, but you must do it if you want to sell your paintings. Now, another thing with your arrangement. There's a nice long painting, a good Australian scene. You're going to put a tree in it. So you want the people to look at the painting and keep looking at it. If you put the tree there, they don't know whether to look this side of the tree or that side of the tree. So you have to make up your mind where the tree goes. And a good place to put it is about there, because there's not enough room to have a good look there. So their eye will catch and pull into that direction. So the message is, don't put your trees too far into the picture and don't put them too close to the edge. You don't want your tree right there. So you work out where your tree's going to go. You have a look, oh yeah, I want the tree there. Now if the tree has to start here for some reason, and you have to start there because you've got water there or something like that, well lean it over in that direction. So their eye will travel over in that direction. Okay, So the message there is, don't put items too close to the edge, don't put things right in the middle unless there's a special point of that painting is something right in the middle. That might be the theme of the painting. But don't generally put your trees right near the edge, unless you've got a lot of trees that come up to the edge, that's okay. But one tree should be a good distance from the edge, but not too far out, because as I say, their eye will travel in there. Okay, now your mountains. Mountains like this, it's no good. Mountains can be pleasant shapes, hyperbolic curves, beautiful curves, okay? But not all the same, not 1, 2, 3, 4, not like that. So try and make your mountains a pleasant shape. With your water, if you're having water coming towards you, like that, okay, but be careful. You see that curve there? It makes it stand up in front of you. Your water is better shaped like this. Like that. A curve like that makes the water stand up in front of you. So try and keep your water like that. We'll get into that further when we're painting landscapes. If you're doing an arrangement of a desert type scene like the Australian outback, we've got a lot of sky out there. So keep your horizon line very low, and you can get a great effect of distance with that low horizon line. Also with your arrangements, I must mention, try not to do this, because that attracts the eye off the picture. Always try and have things coming into the picture like that, sloping in on the edge. Your mountains, bring a mountain in, and then you might have a mountain coming up and down like that, and then it drops off. If it drops off like that, we'll bring another mountain in, because we want the eye to be caught in there. With your clouds, don't do this. You don't have clouds like that. They become a feature, they become a not very attractive feature, and people could look and get the clouds. Your clouds are subtle. They come here and they go there and they go there and they drift off, something like that. That's clouds. Clouds are not puffy balls all over the place. And remember, when we're painting clouds, you can always brush them and brush them and brush them until they go right back and you can hardly see them. So clouds must be right across your painting. Your cloud doesn't stop there and stop there because your painting stops there. Your cloud probably starts a mile in that direction or a mile in that direction and comes across the sky like that. The same with trees. Be careful. I've seen this over and over again. We'll have a great big tree here, beautiful tree, and the tree is shaped like this. Now, the tree's shaped like that because the board's shaped like that. The trees don't do that. Trees are this big. So you cut the top of the tree off. You don't shape the tree to suit the board. I see it over and over again, a branch coming out here and a tree, a branch there, and one coming up here and a branch there, and a bit coming up here and a branch there. It's no good. Okay, trees go out of the picture, they're all contained in the picture, but they're certainly not square because of the square of the corner. So what it is briefly, keep everything leaning into the picture, have a white glow coming out of the picture, have your items arranged in such a way that the eye travels from one item to the other. Don't leave a big space between an item and the side of the board with nothing there. Put your trees in from the edge at a reasonable distance so there's not a big space between the tree and the edge of the board. Have your water flowing off the picture and not at the bottom if possible. And if you know where the picture is going to hang, have the water flowing so it flows into the person's house, and they'll be rewarded with money, apparently. Okay, and then your clouds need to flow across your board, not powder puffs all over the place. They disappear out of the top of the painting, out of the side of the painting, and your mountains flow into the picture, not jagged mountains. Have them coming in on the edge of the picture. Don't dish anything over that doesn't need to be dished over, because it will attract the eye over the dish and down and off the painting. So dish anything in where possible. Now we'll have a little talk about perspective.